on, and sorry if my screen looks a little bit crazy. I'll just kind of go to here. So I'm going to make my first challenge for everybody in Scratch. So hi there, it's Mr. Smith, and here's your first Scratch challenge. So when you first come into Scratch and you start your first project, your challenge is to make something annoying and irritating for your teacher. The more annoying or more irritating, the better. And that's the basic ideas on our challenge. And I hope by the end of this, you guys have a couple ideas on how to make something move within Scratch and make some noises. So I'm going to start here with the cat. And here's my cat. This is kind of the stage where the cat lives. I'm going to start by giving my cat a title. So we'll call this Project Annoying. So here's where all of my scripts or my code lives, and over here is where I'm going to drag and drop my code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just by moving my cat. So you can move the cat by moving it 10 steps. And the nice thing about Scratch is every time you click this code over here, you can make it happen. And that can be good, but eventually you're going to start to have lots and lots of different blocks of code. So once you have the cat moving 10 steps, one thing I'd like you to do is move the cat back before you get him off the screen. Now you can click the cat again, and you can repeat. So once you have that working, the next thing I'd like you to do is let's add an event. Over here's where the events are, and I'd like you to add a when flag is clicked. So if you add your code just by dropping like that, and your two puzzle pieces are connected, that doesn't work. You have to make sure your puzzle pieces connect. And you can see how there's a little white highlight that happens when you're about to connect two pieces. So now you've got the two puzzle pieces connected. You know they're connected because they're touching together. And so now it says when the flag is clicked, the cat will move 10 steps. And if you're confused by where the flag is, there's a flag, which means go, and a stop sign, which means stop. So now I'll click it, and there's my cat moving 10 steps, which is nice. One thing we could do is we got the cat moving. Let's now add some sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some sound to this. So over here is the sound area where we can add sounds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a sound. And a good annoying sound is the meow. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's good and annoying. Really kind of right kind of annoying. So we can then click the flag. The cat moves forward and it says the sound meow. So one thing that you can do is you can, instead of just playing the sound meow, let's play the sound meow until done. This is important because the code will wait until that happens. So I'm going to actually just take this out. And you can then take this block and you can bring it back here to get rid of it. Let's play meow until done. And now we can add one more thing. So now let's say when the flag is clicked, let's move the cat 10 steps forward. Well, eventually the cat's going to go all the way off the stage. So maybe it might be a good idea to make the cat move backwards. So how can we make the cat move backwards? Well, if you know that's moving forward by 10 steps, we can make it move backwards by negative 10 steps, which would be the opposite of forward. So positive 10 would be moving this way, and negative 10 steps would be moving backward. So now let's see if that works. And you can see it, the meow plays, and until the meow is done, and then it steps into move negative 10 steps. One more time. Let's make another annoying sound. Let's go into our sounds, and let's go with play. Let's see here. We can probably play note 60. Let's see. Or maybe you can be creative, and this is where you can start being creative. Let's set our instrument to 1. And then we'll play note 60 for 5 beats. So let's see what that does for fun. Ooh, it's a piano. So if I don't want a piano, what if I think that perhaps a flute is more annoying? Not bad, and we can now start playing with this. So that's for 12. We can play note 2 for 5 beats. I didn't even hear it. Let's see what else we can get to happen here. Yikes. Yikes. This is starting to get good. I'm already enjoying it. Let's see what note 30 is. Nothing. This is where you can start to play with things a little bit, and you can kind of learn how to get different things to happen. Let's try note. I think we're still getting a piano. So what if we just change our instrument to, and then let's see here, what could we do with that? Play sound. Let's see what choices we have. Yeah, good. 2 meows. No, we won't do that. Let's do this. Let's, instead of playing that, we'll play drum. We'll take out our instrument. We'll play drum. Number. Let's do the hand clap. Ooh, is there a cowbell in here? Yes, a cowbell. Wonderful. So that's good. So we can clean up our code a little bit. And so you can then start to annoy your teacher. But doesn't it feel kind of silly that we have to click the flag each time to be annoying? What if we could get the computer to help us out? Well, you can actually get the computer to do something called a loop. So a loop is a way of kind of getting something to repeat. To get the loop to happen, what you have to do is you got to look inside your code and you do something to get it to repeat again and again and again. So that's where you're going to go into control, and there's a repeat. Don't do repeat forever because that's going to become a mess. Let's just go with repeat 10. And you can see it looks like a mouth, right? And the mouth opens around the code that you want it to repeat. So I want this to repeat. So now it's going to repeat it 10 times, and I'll do this. Let's see how annoying this will be. I hope that your teacher is starting to claw their eyes out in irritation, because this is pretty irritating, and hopefully you can think of lots of crazy ways. If you go into sound, you can also go into sound, and if you look in here, you can record a sound like your own voice going rawr, something irritating like or who knows what you can think of. I'm going to get my cat now to say something when it's all done. So it's going to go through this. It's going to repeat it 10 times. It's going to do these things. And what I'm going to do at the end is I'm going to actually add something, and I'm going to get the cat to say something to me. So what I'd like you to do is go into looks, and maybe we'll say, and I'll say hello. And that we can change to say, what's up? That's not bad. And let's see what happens. All right, so, and you see at the end there it says what's up. What you can also do is you can get the cat to say it only for a period of time. So maybe you get the cat to say hello or yo for just 2 seconds. And that's one way of just having it displayed for a short period of time and then disappear. So that's one thing. And the last thing I'd like to do is I want you to learn how to change the color of the cat. So in looks, you can also see that we can change the color effect. And so the neat thing is you can get all the color of the cat to change different colors. So let's change the color effect by 25, and I'll try this, and the cat should change color. So hopefully that orange part changes color at the end. Let's test it out and see. And there we go, changed color again. So fantastic, our cat changes color. And this is pretty exciting. When you're all done, you can get that cat to move. Or you can get the cat to move and change color and do all sorts of crazy things. So that's when the flags click. What if we wanted to move the cat around using our arrow keys? So what you're going to do is you're going to go into events, and this is, maybe I'll just stop there actually. I'm going to stop there for now, and then we'll add another challenge called moving the cat around with keys. So please make an annoying project for your teacher, and then I'd like you to please share it with me so that way I can see it and we can all see your annoying projects that you make. Be creative. Add new and interesting things in this repeat area, or add things that happen at the end. Maybe make the cat flip or rotate, or who knows. Try adding a background, looking over here and adding backgrounds to yours. Maybe you want the cat to be doing their annoying thing on a baseball field. I don't know. Be creative. Show me something amazing that I don't expect. But please share it with me and make sure that your awesome activity or awesome animation or awesome code is shared well. The other trick too is when you add your backdrop, something already gone. Once it's done saving its changes, you'll click and you'll say, yikes, my code's all gone. That's because you clicked on your backdrop. So make sure you click on the cat that you gave the cat.